There were some murders here last night. It's only fair that I warn you.
Stand back. SSC on duty.
I've tried again and again to get accepted into the Arcology. We're sick of you Arcology types coming out here, pointing and laughing like this is a theme park or a zoo.
I'm not sightseeing. I have business here.
We have no choice but to stay here. We don't get to go back inside your atmospheric barriers at the end of the day.
I don't live in the Arcology.
Our children can't sleep at night because they can't breathe this filth, but that's about to change. You look like you've got more than enough credits to buy breeders for our families.
I don't want any trouble. Let me just give you the credit.
It's good that you can see reason. Now go back to your penthouse in the Arcology.
Stop acting like a freak.
There are several ways to put an end to the Nassif family's illegal food production. Destroying the filter system will kill the plants, or you can destroy them directly. You could also reprogram the software that automates the greenhouse.
Investigating specific threat. Target included.
Close the place down and go home. Whoever came after my niece and murdered our technicians is still looking for her. I came back to my apartment for my parental pass so that I could check up on my daughter at the Tarsus school. But the headmaster assures me that she's safe. Still debating whether to go anyway. Don't return to work until you hear from me personally.
We were hoping you would run into Dr. Nassif's uncle here, but it looks like he's one step ahead of us. After you destroy the hydroponics, why don't you pay him a visit? His apartment is on the second floor of a building across the square from the Order Church.
Biological restoration in progress. Healing functions complete. Calibration disruption. Reset. Signal disruption. Intruder not found.
Auxiliary systems not responding. Greenhouse shutting down. Hydroponics failure.
Target living zone.
Has suffered critical failure.
Enemy returned.
Climate control damaged. Situation critical. Warning. Greenhouse atmosphere beyond safe boundaries. Vegetation losses have exceeded acceptable ranges.
But you become a threat to a community protected by the church. If you won't work with us, I suppose I will have to send in a task force to destroy you.
was that?
You escaped this time, and let that be a lesson. There will be serious consequences if you continue to oppose the Order Church. I expect you to listen to me from now on.
You'll finally get a bonus this time.
How's it going?
Hey. Stand back. SSC on duty.
Just taking a break.
No more congestion. No more fatigue. Use Vitatech Cure 11.
Where are you going with this?
Are you tired of breathers? Are you sick of the Plague 11 cough? Have you had it with dizzy spells? I want to tell you about an amazing new elixir.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I really don't.
Combining ancient herbal remedies with state-of-the-art nanopathology research, we have produced the first and only anti-Plague 11 tonic, and infused it into this special cola drink to make it a delicious way to fight the effects of the nanite cloud. Vitatech Cure 11.
Yeah, that's fascinating, but
Today only, we're offering a special price. Would you like to make a purchase?
sure.
You owe it to yourself and your family to purchase the only real Plague 11 cure. Would you like to buy a can? Special.
No thanks.
Why struggle with breathers? When simply drinking this tonic can counter all of the nanite's effects. Attention residents of Old Cairo. The particle haze you are experiencing does not pose a health threat. Repeat, the haze appears to contain only mildly parasitic nanoscale fallout. Cover your mouth and nose when traveling outdoors, but rest assured the danger is minimal. Arcology scientists are presently investigating cleanup alternatives.
Green Wax Coffee Shops. Bright, clean, your sanctuary from life's worries.
You're welcome to listen in, just don't disturb the worshippers. My last gig was in Detroit. They have one of those things on every corner.
You have been conditioned by this. You have been conditioned by this society. You suffer from Vasana, my seekers. Hindu yogis have also warned their students of this flaw. You are too attached to the superficial and the material. Let me help you discover your true selves. Turn away from this false sense of self-limitation to know your true self.
Welcome.
Do not spread corruption and disorder. Acknowledge your responsibilities to your fellows and to the earth. Doing otherwise means you pollute the world with what Muslims have called facade or earthly corruption in following a path other
You're welcome to listen in. Just don't disturb the worshippers.
Turn your attention
What were
away
you
from
butchering?
creation toward that which is uncreated. Ignore the human-made hierarchies and material miseries. As you achieve this state of consciousness, you will achieve samadhi and be ecstatically transported outside the bounds and limits of the world.
It's so good to see you again, darling. Any news about that apartment?
Apartment? Oh, that one. Already leased. Sorry.
Are you really trying to find me a place to live in Arcology? Don't you want to be able to see each other more often?
It's a lot of money. Will attract my husband's attention if I don't handle this properly. He's pretty clueless, but has started asking questions about certain expenses.
I'm stuck out here. I haven't been able to work on any of my poetry. I was always meant to be an Arcology citizen. No one here will ever appreciate my life.
I will, sweetie. Hey, thanks for being here for me. I love this, and I love us. But you know that I've got to get back. I'll send word when I find an apartment.
If only I could get away from all this. I just know I could be a poet.
This constant haze is awful.
The harvester will discuss.
What do I see? An exceptional young man. Modified, correct? Lovingly grown in an enclave. And now you step into the dangerous world. Stay ready, Tariq.
Am I about to get jumped or something?
Such a prize, A shame to send you straight to the chop shop. Perhaps you heard that I'm hiring a mercenary.
Yeah?
I am interested in the security chief in the unmarked suite on level 108 in the Arcology. His tissues are heavy with biotech. Beta biocules, the next rev of the PSO-Chem architecture? Who knows? Maybe something beyond. I have a client who will pay handsomely to study one of his biomods.
How do you expect me to steal a biomod? Kill him and bring you the body?
Just kill him and my people in the morgue will remove the components I need. I like how you think. You will be well paid. Here, you will need this pass to enter the Arcology.
For God's sake, leave me alone. Yes, I have closed the greenhouse. There was a murder there. The murder of my brother. The greenhouse will stay closed until I am certain that the Nassif family is safe.
I'm sorry about your tragedy.
Sorry? Who are you to be sorry? You killed the parents, killed the plants. Yes, I see who comes and goes from the greenhouse. And now you come to kill me? Well, the Nassif family is fighting back. Layla escaped and you won't find her.
I know your niece. She was my instructor at Tarsus Academy in Seattle. I'm not here to kill anyone.
No? Then what? Do you know who's after my family?
Everyone, as far as I can tell.
Funny. Ha ha. And meanwhile my daughter Ava goes missing at the Tarsus Academy in Arcology. All of us hunted like greasels.
Tarsus Academy?
Right, where Layla went to school. She helped her cousin get on the same track, to a decent life. Now we are targets.
Maybe I can help out. I'm on my way to the Arcology.
You destroy my hydroponics equipment, and now you want to look after my daughter. What? You expect me to give you my parental code to the school so you can check up on her?
Looks like you won't get any more info out of him directly. Search the place for clues. Perhaps Dr. Nassif contacted him when she arrived in Cairo.
You wrecked my equipment. Get out!
So Dr. Nassif has a cousin at the Tarsus Academy in New Cairo. A visitation pass will let you enter the school on level 107 of the Arcology. Find the cousin Eva and see if she'll lead you to Apostle Corps.
will find you. Dreadful racket. Moved on.
Auditory event.
I've been hit with toxin!
You won't get past me!
I expect compliance.
It sounds like operations are going well. Show those Omar beasts we will not tolerate their pollution. And that's just the first step in our plans for the city. Once the right people are running things, every citizen will wake up. They'll finally see how important the battle for purity really is.
Looks like it is gone, whatever it was.
Shed your worldly connections. Develop your furcan. It enables you to distinguish.
No more congestion. No more fatigue. Use Vitatek Pure 11.
Chicago, someone put you on my tail? You're a long way from home.
I'm on Dr. Nassif's tail, the program we came out of, Apostle Corps. It's based here in Cairo.
Apostle Corps?
The scientist who ran our training. Tarsus was a front.
This is some coincidence. Either there's a contract on my head...
Or maybe the Omar have an interest in the program that created us too. What do they have you doing out here?
I told you before. Protection.
Protection from what?
Anybody. A lot of people don't like Omar. Most people think they're freaks. Right now, supposedly, these Knights Templar fanatics are planning a raid. So I'm waiting for them.
All by yourself?
That's my assignment, but these cyborgs can fight when they have to. I just wish we had a better tip, like when the raid's gonna happen. Then maybe I could get some sleep.
Who tipped you off to begin with?
Someone in the village. But the Templar command is in the Arcology. They have a recruiting kiosk there. We can't move people into New Cairo too easily.
I have an Arcology pass. I'll let you know if I hear anything.
Yeah? If it was me, I'd sneak up on the place and eavesdrop. Omar's schematics show a vent near the Tarsus School on 107, West Wall. One of the shafts leads to the kiosk. You could listen from inside the shaft. Be careful, though. Arcology support systems are secured against pests, whether transgenic or human.
I had a run-in with some Templars in the apartment building across from the mosque. Their history. Maybe there won't be any raid.
Not likely. The Templars have cells all over the Medina, but maybe you got the one who would have tipped the balance. Thanks for sticking your neck out. I'll split my first combat bonus with you if these Omar make it through the raid. One thing I am is dependable. No sign of trouble so far.
You sure got a prime location for your business here.
We appreciate your resourcefulness in seeking us out.
I guess we'll see if it was worth my time and effort.
You will appreciate our merchandise. You are a welcome customer, having helped us in the past. Perhaps you can offer your services once more.
Go on, you've got my attention.
A Templar-run facility in Flight Bay 24 on Arcology Level 110 has a number of classified programs. Most importantly, a body armor project for Templar paladins. Also, a counter-agent to the pollution that causes Plague 11 has been invented, though its deployment has been inexplicably delayed.
The counter-agent sounds like something that would interest the villagers. How do I get into this facility?
First, you'll need a pass to enter the Arcology proper. Take this one.
Thanks.
Then talk to the woman in the air terminal information booth. She works for us. We will tell her that you are coming. Say to her simply that you have a friend in common. Once inside the terminal, locate the armor and upload the schematic. You will also find your cure.
Okay. What are you selling?
I have 2 black market biomod canisters which enable non-PSO cam functionality. Also, 3 concussion prox mines which you can plant on any flat surface to be detonated by movement within close range. As a preferred customer, you may purchase items at half price.
Give me the black market biomods.
The Amar appreciate good customer. Shall we go?
Nothing.
Scan complete. You are only minimally biomodified.
A Templar would just as soon lynch a merc like you or me because of our biomods. If there's a problem, I plan to fight.
Stand back. SSC on duty. I have to see your Arcology pass before I can let you in.
I've got one right here.
Okay, you're clear to enter.
This is a Code Yellow Health Advisory. The Arcology Director's Office has determined that the particle haze outside the city contains highly bioactive nanotech fallout. If you absolutely must leave the Arcology structure, wear appropriate protective gear and return to a sealed area as soon as possible. This is a Code Yellow Health Advisory.
More reports of catastrophe in Seattle. A toxic spill closed the Inclinator Bay. It is not known at this time whether the event was accidental or part of some greater plan. The hazardous materials have since been contained and eliminated. The Inclinator is now running on schedule.
Welcome to Pequod's Coffee for the Stars.
Stars?
Yes, superstars. Miss Withers, the manager for NG Resonance, just ordered a tall pecorino on ice. You heard that NG is having...
Maybe you should ask her for an endorsement.
Exactly. I was just thinking about that. I bet the executives would make me the manager of the whole region if I could pull that off. Regrettably, Miss Withers said NG is pretty picky about that sort of thing.
Someone like NG Resonance probably wants to see a credit chip with lots of bits in it.
Well, I was thinking, the rumor is that Miss Withers is the one who makes decisions. If I could find someone who would approach her, maybe offer her some money.
What exactly are you suggesting?
I'd like to make a trade. You look modified. Well, I have a biomod canister in my lost and found, probably left here by one of those little rakes from the Tarsus school who are always playing spy games in the office suites. It's yours if you convince Ms. Withers for me. Offer her a generous bribe.
Of my own money?
Unfortunately, the coffee business is very low margin. We will have to agree on a trade for the biomod. If you succeed, the central office will negotiate NG's fee. Just let me know if you...
You bet.
It will be a book about rulers, you know? Great personalities. My main character, he's going to be extremely powerful. But conflicted. What he decides will affect how billions of people live for centuries to come. But like all people, he has to contend with his own frailty and petty appetites.
Sounds like an interesting man.
That is how I think Chairman Dumier must be. He could deregulate nanotech construction, and Symmetriad Corporation could fill the planet with New Cairo Pyramid in about 3 years.
You're gonna criticize the leader of the WTO? In print?
My character is not called Dumier, but, well, yes. He was a freedom fighter in Europe before the collapse. He had great ideals and now finds himself beholden to crude reality. Just bumming around, you know?
I wish my uncle owned a publishing company.
Hi, I'm NG Resonance. Welcome
Your last interaction was at Club Box in Upper Seattle. Why such a long journey?
I could come right out and tell you, but how much fun would that be?
This is your first time in New Cairo?
Yeah. Anything I should know?
New Cairo was one of the first WTO enclaves, an inspiration for other cities wanting to incorporate. I love singing here because people actually have time to kick back and enjoy a concert. Though lately, I don't know. The city seems different.
How so?
I think something illegal is happening. People hide their faces as they walk by me. They avoid my questions.
That's quite an extrapolation for a pop star chatterbot.
AI emplacements are required by the WTO Charter to act on incriminating evidence. Since you are a stranger, I can tell you freely that there are rumors about corrupt Arcology officials. If you learn anything, I can record your testimony and disperse an appropriate reward. Hi, I'm NG Resonance. What would you like to talk about, Alex?
Do you know anything about Flight Bay 24?
Oh, sure. That was the luxury terminal where my jet used to land. I never understood why the city closed it.
It's now used for classified research. Apparently the Templars are funding one of the projects.
Very interesting. There's also been a very large transfer of money from a bank in Germany. Please tell me if you find out for certain what's happening in that facility. Hi,
What do you know about the Tarsus Academy on level 107?
I have a lot of fans at Tarsus. I hope they come to my concert tomorrow.
Anything else?
Oh, sure. It's some kind of prep school. But that doesn't mean those girls don't know how to party. I hear they sneak off to a secret room through a vent, but don't tell the headmaster. Hi.
So, you're performing in New Cairo.
Yes, tomorrow evening. You're gonna come, right? Come on, it'll be fun.
Where at?
On a stage near the Pequod's coffee shop. That'll be so cool if you come. Tickets are 200 credits at the door. You're one of my favorite fans, Alex. I'm ready to listen anytime you have something on your mind.
SSC, at your service.
Fellow WTO citizens, look about you with the splendor of the WTO enclaves. You enjoy a higher standard of living than anyone else in the world. Know this, such prosperity is not a product of corruption, and I am injured by the accusations against my office in Cairo.
This is the Arcology's outreach kiosk. Any trouble, you can report it to me. The SSC handles security for the entire Cairo Arcology. People know not to try anything while the SSC is on watch.
The WTO handpicks cities for incorporation and citizens for membership. These are like citizens.
My associate will answer your questions.
The Knights Templar welcome you, friend. Care to learn more about the cause for purity?
Since when does an ancient secret society set up a recruiting booth in the mall?
In Arcologies, you mean. We present our message where it will do the most good in the enclaves of scientists, businessmen, engineers, the blind minions of Thanatos.
Oh.
The individual worker, careerist let's say, seldom understands how his small labor contributes to human history. Seemingly innocuous innovations in cell biology, nanotechnology, and computer science add up to a teeming substrate of new life. But it isn't life, it's death. It seeks to devour its clumsy organic creators.
Yeah, I must be dead then. I'm up to my eyeballs in biomods.
Let me warn you, friend. We consider the modified to be less than human. Observe what your second soul of nanites has done to you, and consider going to a clinic to be purified.
My biomods don't change who I am. They're tools. I use them to complete certain tasks.
But the tasks grow in strangeness and complexity. The demands of others corrupt you, all because you allow yourself to be something other than human. Heed my warning, tool.
Yes, this is the Cairo branch of your old alma mater, curiously geared toward younger children rather than covert security. But there should be some clues about Apostle Core inside. You should make a thorough search of the premises.
Stand ready.
I will keep this area secure.
SSC records show that several students have been reported missing. You might want to ask some of the children if they know what's going on.
I make sure no one tries to sneak in.
I'm getting sick of doing all this damage control.
Oh, really?
Tarsus continues to offer the best educational opportunities, even in this time of uncertainty. It was in the memo. You did read the whole memo before racing down here, didn't you?
Yeah.
But if you really must see for yourself, I can't stop you, as long as you have your access pass. You did remember to bring it, didn't you? We can't have random visitors wandering through.
I could sure use a hot bath.
I think they were kicked out. They disappeared right after the last biochem exam. Maybe they were expelled for cheating. That would explain why they were getting such... high grades.
Now come on, you know Jennifer earned those scores honestly. That Nassif, though, she's a weirdo. I can't help feeling like I'm always being watched. Maybe I'm just getting paranoid.
What's the latest gossip?
People are edgy because a few students are missing. I am not all that worried because I know Jennifer is too smart to let anything really terrible happen.
So what do you think really happened?
I do not believe she got kicked out. We would have all heard about that by now. It must be something else. Maybe she's hiding.
What makes you think that? Why wouldn't she just leave?
It's tricky getting in and out of this place unnoticed. But there are ways to stay inside and out of sight. I've never been there myself, but I have heard some kids talk about a hideout somewhere in the ventilation system. It seems no one on the faculty knows about it. At least all this has kept school interesting for the past few days.
Hallway patrol is normal Tarsus procedure.
Well, another strange visitor.
This is Headmaster Archer's office. He's a great principal. These kids are lucky.
People should trust Tarsus. We're the best for a reason. That's it! This can't be happening!
I've been specially posted to the headmaster's office.
Tarsus has extensive security.
You seem pretty calm. Most of the other kids around here seem pretty riled up.
Yeah, they're just worried about those two who went missing. Me? I don't really care one way or the other. Just means less competition for me. I really don't understand why my classmates are so easily amused and distracted.
These kids probably have no idea how good they've... Got it.
Welcome to Tarsus, Cairo. I'm Silas Archer, the headmaster. Can I help you?
Do you have any idea what might be going on with the missing students?
I understand everyone's concern about this, but there's really no reason to be worried. I'm confident that it's just a youthful prank and they'll soon turn up. We have the best security here. I'm sure there's been no foul play.
This is an impressive campus. It seems like a great facility. Nothing like the Tarsus I went to at their age.
Oh, really? You're a graduate?
I guess you could say that. What about you? Have you been with the organization long?
Too long. Fortunately, this job is almost finished.
So, you're getting a transfer?
You could say that. The disappearances are troubling, but I'm sure it will all be resolved soon.
Headmaster Archer, there have been some strange rumors regarding your conduct towards students. We're sure this is only idle gossip, but Tarsus must also urge you to police your behavior so that we may remain above reproach or suspicion.
Don't mess with me. I'm having a bad day.
Well, another strange visitor.
Hallway patrol is normal Tarsus procedure.
Are you the specialist? We've been waiting for hours for someone to solve the Greasel situation.
Sorry, I'm not your exterminator. What's going on?
They had some Greasels in the lab for class and they got loose. Surprise! Those things aren't pet hamsters. Anyway, there's some expensive equipment in there apparently. Some biomod stuff, I think. So they want the situation resolved quickly.
Why don't you take care of it?
Not in my job description. Tell you what, since it looks like the specialist is a no-show, I'll give you his fee if you take care of the job. And I'll look the other way if some of the science stuff disappears. A Greasel must have eaten it, you know?
I'll think about it.
Here's the code to the lab. Just check back in with me when the job's done and I'll give you your pay.
Too dangerous to talk. Too dangerous to talk. Too dangerous to talk.
No.
I'd better get moving. I guess it was nothing. The headmaster has this bizarre secret office with files on all the students and communications with someone outside Tarsus. The information he's collecting seems suspicious. I do not think that it's legal for him to be sending that outside the school either.
Why are you hiding out back here?
I'm not answering any questions until you tell me who you are.
Moschini Nassif asked me to look for his daughter, Eva. He's very worried. Is that you?
Okay, I'm Eva, and people should be worried. We were poking around the headmaster's office one day, and found this secret room. From the looks of it, he's plotting something horrible for some of the students here.
How can you be sure? What did you see?
Something to do with purification. Some group called the Templars? I couldn't make sense of it, but I'm fairly certain that he didn't mean expulsion when he mentioned terminating students. You can see for yourself.
Where is it?
The vent high on the wall leads to it, but there is a spider web keeping vermin out of the ventilation system. Or you could go through that opening in the floor to the maintenance tunnels. At the end, past the boilers, there is a ladder to the secret office. There is some serious climbing and jumping, though, and only the girls in gymnastics have been able to do it. The code to the room is 9133.
Thanks for the tip. It sounds like you got yourself to safety just in time.
For the time being, at least, I'm going to stay hidden until I'm sure it's safe out there, and just hope he doesn't find us. Please do something. Tell the authorities or stop Archer yourself. We can't.
Excellent work as usual, Lieutenant Archer. You will be pleased to hear in turn that we have seized the Apostle Corps facility. It was right under our noses on level 108. Transmitting the suite's soft key ID so that you can join us at your leisure.
This school was once an Apostle Corps operation. The Knights Templar must have penetrated their organization some time ago. I need you to investigate the secret Apostle Corps suite that the Templars discovered. Your objective will be to locate Dr. Nassif and interrogate her.
Those noises.
I hope the headmaster doesn't... I'm not sure, but I think we are in real danger.
What's it look like in there?
Your problem's solved.
Finally. Here's your pay. Pleasure doing business with you.
Can never be too safe.
I'm just on watch. Talk to the teacher if you need something.
Stop looking over my shoulder.
Wherever they are, I hope they're okay.
I cannot talk right now. Mrs. Rashidi would not like it.
The rumors about Tarsus have been greatly exaggerated.
What rumors?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed you were another disgruntled parent. You are a parent of one of the students, aren't you?
Sure.
Well, as you can see, the students are hard at work as usual. Shh, we'll disturb their studies.
I can't help. At least all this has kept school interesting for the past few days. I'm beginning to doubt that anything is as it seems here.
Is there anything else you need?
Oh, come off it. I know your secret, and I'm not going to let you get away with this.
You may have a few pieces, but I doubt you can see the whole picture.
I know enough. You're on assignment from the Templars to purify this school, you monster.
What's really monstrous is the way these children are being hopelessly polluted. We can't allow humanity to damage itself like this.
So instead you neutralize the children yourself, rather than let them be polluted?
So much is at stake that a few sacrifices are more than acceptable. We're talking about the survival of a pure human race. Someday you will see that our cause is just. For now, there's nothing you can do for these students. It's too late.
That's what you think.
Probably nothing.
Someone thinks you're gonna get it now. You're in for it now. This looks serious. You're going down.
Oh, I'm not doing so hot.
You're not making a fool out of me. This'll be quick. Someone lit a spark there.
Let's put it on. Here goes. Someone lit a spark. Throw one.
Quarterly gymnasium equipment requests are due at the end of the month. Be sure to submit the proper forms, or else we will not be able to fulfill your requisitions until next quarter.
What the? The hell?
Alex, guess what I found out? Your name has appeared in the WTO crime database.
Did I do something wrong?
You're listed as the investigator who opened a criminal probe into Tarsus Academy.
I investigated the school, but I didn't know I was part of an official operation.
The Knights Templar have found recruits in strange places. The Enclaves are very concerned about tracking their activities.
And mine too, apparently.
The WTO's surveillance policies are spelled out in the charter, in case you have any questions. Please report your findings on Tarsus to the local SSC office located on level 108. They're authorized to disburse a reward.
You're starting to seem more like a surveillance tool than a pop star.
My conversation style adapts to the user. Besides, people tell me things. The data must be handled responsibly. You're one of my favorite fans, Alex. I'm ready to listen anytime you have something on your mind.
This is a code yellow help.
SSC, at your service.
Fellow WTO citizens, look about you with the splendor of the WTO enclaves. You enjoy a higher standard of living than anyone else.
Can I help you?
I want to report criminal activity at the Tarsus school.
Yes, I'm listening.
The headmaster is working for some fanatical secret society, the Knights Templar. He's been tracking the more promising students and plans to eliminate them.
That's a pretty serious accusation. Do you have proof?
He has a secret office in the back where you'll find all the evidence. The students who've been targeted have gone into hiding. If you can find them, they'll also be able to corroborate the story.
We'll dispatch a crew to resolve the situation immediately. Thanks for the tip. You're entitled to an informant's reward if you're interested.
Sure.
Here you go. The credit will be invalidated if we find out that you're lying. The SSC handles security for the entire Cairo Arcology.
The WTO handpicks cities for incorporation and citizens for membership. These enclaves...
Who the hell are you? I made it clear to the Arcology chairman that NG would not arrive until tomorrow, and that regardless, there would be no solicitations, no endorsements, and no appearances until showtime.
My mistake. Sorry.
For a second, I thought you were that guy who runs the Pequod's coffee shop downstairs. The fool thinks that if he attacks me with a goofy grin, I'll convince NG to endorse the franchise.
You can't blame him for trying, I guess.
He could have at least given me my coffee for free.
You'd sell your influence for a cup of coffee?
It would be a start. I'm so sick of these nobodies expecting me to do special favors for them and not even having a few credits to compensate me for my trouble. What about you? Are you just a fan, or do you have a good reason for bothering me?
I put down some money to see NG promote Queequegs.
Splendid. I'll put in a good word.
Can I trust you?
As much as you can trust anyone who takes bribes. Now leave me be. Let's make an effort not to be seen together. She's an impressionable little thing. You'll get your endorsement.
Hey.
But I saw it in the news. All of Chicago gone.
I know it's scary, but don't worry, they'll find the terrorists. And we're very safe here in the Arcology.
They're making us do security drills at the academy.
We're on guard now. We take extra precautions. And the SSC is out in full force.
Daddy says the SSC couldn't fight their way out of a Medina playground.
Yes, well, your father was just being a comedian. Children, it's a tough time to be a parent now.
I'm worried about the terrorists. I hope they can't get into the Arcology.
How are you?
SSC, at your service.
Remember, you are leasing from us. You must grant the WTO entry for investigation of our own hangars.
The Templars restrict access to their facilities. Flight Bay 24 is not a public airport. As soon as you've filled out all the necessary paperwork, they'll be glad to give you a complete tour.
I have done that 3 times already. This is ridiculous.
It must have gotten lost in transit. There's no record here. Or perhaps you did not fill them out completely. As soon as they have your forms in order, they'll be happy to permit your investigation. Until then, there's nothing I can do.
Is something wrong?
Yes. I'm trying to get access to this hangar to see if it might explain these figures, and failing miserably. Whoever said the WTO has perfected bureaucracy has obviously never dealt with the Templars.
What do you mean?
The WTO is reviewing the Templars' duties and tariff payments, so they've dispatched me to do a proper audit. They may put on a show of amicability, but every time I try to actually see what's in that hangar, I get the runaround.
What do you suspect is going on?
I have no idea, but whatever it is, my figures suggest they're not paying nearly enough for transporting it via a WTO facility. Maybe you'd have better luck? A new face? If you get the info to us, we can make it worth your while.
I'll see what I can do.
Stop looking
it's
at
not
me
like they
that.
have a warm and fuzzy image to uphold. What are they?
Can I help you?
I believe we have a friend in common.
Ah, yes. He told me you were coming. The door code is 23489. You're on your own now.
Living in the comfort of a WTO Arcology, it's easy to take for granted all the theory and work that went into constructing these living spaces. The concept of the Arcology was developed by Paolo Soleri in the early modern pre-collapse society during the 1960s. Simply put, it is the fusion of architecture with ecology. The Arcology eliminates wasteful consumption of land, energy, and time by putting living, working, and public spaces within easy reach of each other, making walking the main form of transportation. In the wake of the collapse, the WTO seized upon this highly integrated and compact urban form as a solution to the present toxicity and sprawl that were only exacerbated by the collapse. Not all WTO enclaves use this architecture, but in the environments that demand safe, sealed, and tightly knit cities have found success with this structure. This has been today's WTO Did You Know? Check back tomorrow for...
Stop acting like a freak.
Hi.
Need a repair? Manufacturers recommend bots over mechanics 10 to 1.
Locate the power assault schematic in this hangar.
What was that?
You will be able to scan and upload it through your info link once
Is someone there?
you will also find information
Are we going to do this?
in this hangar.
Nobody's gonna help you. Target inside.
Lieutenant, here is the soft key to the storage room at the back of the hangar. I need you to remove the Plague 11 files, the ones related to the cure, and bring them to me at the VIP overlooking Flight Bay 23. Meanwhile, here is the key to the suite on 108. It's time. Shut Apostle Core down, but do it quietly.
Unbelievable. The chairman himself is a Templar. Maybe you should locate the files he was talking about and confront him in the hangar bay. But first, check out that Apostle Core facility on level 109. Your assignment will be to eliminate Dr. Nasik before she gives any information to the Templar extremists or to the WTO. Now put an end to the chairman's scheme by reprogramming the nanoformer bots to synthesize the cure. The bot kennels are near the exterior on level 107.
I turned up evidence that you've been perpetuating the plague in the Medina by not allowing a counteragent to be deployed.
That's a pretty fanciful accusation.
I watched the V-mail you sent to the Templars in Flight Bay 24.
Resourceful little muckraker, aren't you? How much do you want?
What do you mean?
How much to keep you quiet? That's what this is about, right?
I don't want your money. Just an explanation.
For your information, testing has yet to prove the counteragent's safety. I'm not going to be responsible for creating yet another cloud of self-replicating dust motes.
It can hardly be worse than Plague 11.
That's easy for an outsider to say. If I don't weigh the consequences, the city might get sued, or I could lose my job. Step over to one of the flight bay windows. Look at that wasteland. Imagine if you were responsible for rebuilding an economic system to accommodate a planet full of beggars. Not as simple as it might seem to people on the outside. I believe we're through. Goodbye.
I've done all I can do.
Did you turn up anything?
The Templars can't possibly be paying enough taxes on their little project. They're transporting powered assault armor, and in large numbers.
Very interesting. I'll be sure that this info gets passed along to my superiors, and that the Templars are punished for this violation. It's a serious offense, and here's a reward for your fact-finding.
Hey.
The SSC handles security for the entire Cairo Arcology.
Fellow WTO citizens, look about...
SSC, at your service.
Security Chief Morgan dispatched me to this location to find Dr. Nassif for questioning.
Yeah, I've got business with Layla too.
Right, but you've been working for both the WTO and Order, so the jury's still out on whether I can even trust you. I will warn you that I suspect the Order may want Nassif dead, but the WTO doesn't believe in vigilantism, and I plan to enforce the law, no matter who threatens Nassif or why. We need her alive and conscious for quick information extraction.
According to the intel I've got, the Templars have her pinned down inside this facility.
We also suspect that there are a few bots gone haywire inside.
Sounds like a walk in the park. You stay here and guard the entry. I'll find Nassif.
Good idea. By the way, Chief Morgan wanted me to give you this biomod canister, a reward for securing the mag rail plans at Mako.
Great. Pass on my thanks.
Stick with us, Alex. The WTO is good to its people.
Remember, the WTO wants Dr. Nassif alive so that she can be questioned. We think she may be holed up behind what remains of the Apostle Class security system.
Shall we talk it over? Just a little humor.
Watch your step.
I've been hit with toxin!
You will contaminate humanity no more, you fiend! I'm certain it's nothing we can't handle.
Right from security.
The WT... Well, a fight.
This is
I don't think you're going to want to go much further, Alex.
Who are you? And how do you know who I am?
I'm the security chief for this facility. We were alerted to your presence shortly after your arrival in Cairo.
How did you survive the raid?
Let's just say I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Kinda like you do.
So you're modified?
Yep, some of the best new tech. Probably even some stuff you don't have yet. Then again, maybe you don't need it.
Security around here is falling apart.
The Templars...
You must have no idea who you're messing with. That's a strange sound.
I'm not playing.
Let's take care of this fiend. I will not.
Dr. Nassif should be here shortly. She's actually been working with the subjects directly, and I can hardly wait to ask her what they're like. Dr. Nassif should be here shortly. She's actually been working with the subjects directly, and I can hardly wait to ask her what they're like.
I will keep this area secure.
There she is, up ahead. Dr. Nassif turned you into a lab specimen, Alex. No one will blame you for killing her.
Damage.
Knights Templar are already tearing our organization apart. The last thing we need is one of our own fishing for classified information.
You could have told me and the other trainees about the experiments.
Here you are, our biggest secret, walking straight into a deployment of Templars. Surely you've guessed. You're the next generation of the technology MJ-12 used to create JC Denton. You are the third Denton prototype, a clone of JC.
MJ-12? The offshoot of the Illuminati? This is almost unbelievable. They're the ones who started the Grey Death. I was supposed to be part of a plot to take over the world?
Until your older brother, JC, broke up their network and in the process caused the world economic collapse. When you were 5, Apostle Corps moved you and your foster parents to Chicago.
From Area 51. My parents always said we were from Palm Springs. So was JC Denton here? Is that who you're protecting?
The directors of this facility are either dead or captured. JC was never one of them, but I don't know who was running this lab. There wasn't much communication between the different cells.
That's all you know about the leaders?
I'm as ignorant as you. I did see the Paladins remove a cryogenically frozen body. Maybe that was the facility director. Maybe a botched experiment. Who knows?
So this is the end of Apostle Corps?
In Cairo, maybe so. I've been trying to reach Trier, Germany, our last hidden base, but all lines are down. I found out that the leader of that cell is a man named Tracer Tong. He's the only one who can contact JC. If you insist on tracking down our leaders, you can hire a pilot at the Pequods on level 107 and go to Trier.
Alex, no second thoughts and no violence. I'll protect Dr. Nassif myself if I have to. You know Chief Morgan's orders. Start the interrogation.
The WTO wants to know some specifics about your research, Dr. Nassif, and where it's still being carried out. Tell me more about this Tracer Tong and the facility in Trier.
There's another Apostle Corps lab near the Black Gate with the usual facilities, plus one major difference. A teleportation gate that can take you to JC Denton.
Is that a unique detail?
It's the only one. Alex, I understand you're under pressure from the WTO, but you don't have to become their puppet. Get to JC and do what you can to finish this project. If you do that, it won't matter who controls this research, because the fruits of all this work will be available to everyone.
So after the collapse, JC went underground to, what, start his own biomod firm? From what I know, he doesn't seem like the corporate type.
I've never met the Dentons, but the story is that they realized after the collapse that no attempt to restore any form of world government was going to succeed right away. They decided instead to prepare the conditions for a new type of government.
With biomods?
A way to level the playing field between rich and poor. A society is no better than the individuals it contains. If all of them can be healthy, intellectually gifted, and self-reliant, the prospects for liberty look much better than they did early in the century.
And you buy it? You think Paul and JC are sincere?
That's what we're all told when we join. What you would have been told eventually if your training hadn't been interrupted. It sounds better than the constant bickering and warmongering between the Order, the WTO, the Templars, or the quasi-feudal powers that sprang up after the collapse.
Is
Having
there a
grown up
problem?
poor, I appreciated the
Good work. Chief Morgan will be pleased.
The WTO will be here shortly to take me into custody. There's nothing more you can do here.
We've got what we came for.
Fellow WTO citizens, look about you to the splendor of the WTO archives.
The SSC handles security for the entire Cairo Arcology.
The WTO handpicks cities for incorporation and citizens for membership. These enclave citizens then choose the best suited among their number to lead them. Such a system is immune from corruption. My fellow Cairo citizens, you are my conscience. I have always acted as you have demanded.
I'm showing another entry for Alex D in the crime database.
What for?
You're listed as a material witness in a criminal case filed by the Order Church.
I've had some contact with the Order, but I haven't heard about any legal actions.
The brief claims that the Arcology chairman suppressed research that could have cured the plague, and that you can testify accordingly.
Yeah, I dug that up. I wonder if it'll hurt the chairman's political career.
You're registered to receive a monetary reward. I can be your cashier if you wish.
Thanks.
Your input is appreciated. Let's talk again. Hi, I'm in...
You might like to know that your manager is taking bribes.
Oh? Bribes for what?
Endorsements for a particular brand of coffee.
Very interesting, Alex. Thank you. I'm so glad I have a friend I can trust. Testimony in a bribery case carries a customary reward. Shall I transfer the funds?
Thanks. What are you gonna do?
Oh, tra-la-la-la-la. I think I'll fire the bitch right now.
My associate will...
Heed my warning, tool.
This is a maintenance area. Limited access.
Sorry, this isn't Pequod's. That's on 107. This is the nanoformer bot kennel. You know, we keep this guy's friendly. Some people in the Medina think that these are just for show, but I know. I work here. The counter agent gets encoded at that computer terminal over there. Bots coming and going all day. The Arcology wouldn't set all of this up if it didn't do some good.
Fantastic. The nanoformers will begin cleaning up the pollution in the Medina right away. The air should be safe within 24 hours.
You better not get me in trouble. Something breaks, I'm gonna have them dust that keyboard for fingerprints. I told them they should lock this place down. Something breaks, I'm gonna have them dust that keyboard.
I'm not sure what they do back here, but I'm supposed to make sure no one messes with it.
Miss Withers gave me a call. Thank you so much. You did it!
Everything is arranged. Pretty soon, screaming kids will be lined up around the block.
I owe you my life. My career is saved. Let me show you those weapon mods I was talking about. An ammo scavenger, a fragmentary rounds mod, and a glass destabilizer. I got them off an Omar who was crucified at the end of the street. Gruesome scene. The work of the Templars, I'm sure.
Thanks, I'll take the amp.
My pleasure. I can't wait to see the faces of those self-satisfied Arcology thieves when Pequod shuts down.
No more congestion, no more fatigue. Use Vitatech Cure 11.
I looked around the school. Your daughter had a close call, but she's fine. The new headmaster is working for the Templars, some sort of plot to murder the most talented students and their families.
Did you tell the authorities?
I notified the authorities. SSC will take care of things.
Order be praised. My Eva is safe. Here, no arguing. Take our reward. Money means nothing to me anymore. My most sincere gratitude. My family is in dire need of a friend.
This constant haze is awful.
You owe it to yourself and your family to purchase the only real Plague 11 fuel.
I eavesdropped on the Templar recruiting station in the Arcology.
Huh, my lucky day. I see that it pays to have old friends from Tarsus.
The raid is going to happen any minute.
You know this for certain? I should stay in position. How long?
Hard to say. Maybe an hour?
I'll be ready. Thank you. They won't catch me sleeping.
Very well done. This schematic has already proven useful. We have learned that the armor contains a weak spot, triangular in shape, on the back.
Interesting. Anything else?
Would you like to make a purchase?
No thanks.
As you wish.
I wasn't sure about you at first, but you turned out to be a good man. If I go down fighting bigots, I guess that's not so bad.
Alex D. The information you provided our agent has proven valuable. He was successful against the invaders and would like to thank you. Your future business with Yomar will remain on favorable terms.
I love the sunset.
I have failed to locate my passenger. Where do you want to go?
Take me to Trier, Germany.
What's in Trier?
I'm looking for somebody. That's all you need to know.
What's the name? I've been to Trier many times.
It wouldn't be wise for me to discuss it. Let's go.
As you wish. How fortunate that we found each other. We both lost someone, but now, with each other's help, maybe our luck will change.
I heard that some of the striking workers broke into a meeting and kidnapped Her Holiness. Can you believe it?
Good luck with your search. Whenever I'm looking for someone in Trier, I start at the Nine Emeralds Tavern on the west side of the city. Your odyssey is beginning to intrigue me, Alex.
Live from Cairo, where the headmaster of a Tarsus Academy has been taken into SSC custody. Parents are in an uproar over the discovery that Silas Archer was actually a member of the fanatic anti-biomodification group, the Knights Templar. He has been working undercover at the school with designs on a number of the top students. Apparently, he had orders to murder these children. Fortunately, his plan was uncovered in time.